Hey everybody, Chris with Night of Living Card Games, back again for Marble Champions. So I've decided tonight to start up a run of Next Evolution using Psylocke Justice deck. So nothing crazy with the deck. I'm not trying to do anything super experimental. I've got float like a butterfly. I've got upside the head, got some thwarting events, got some basic allies, nothing crazy. And I'm just going through this on standard. So I just want to have a good time. So let's see here. So for the campaign, we've got our setup. We've got our deck up here. I haven't shuffled up the villains and chosen that yet. I've got the encounter deck all set up. And so let's look at the campaign instructions. Record our identities, choose one player side scheme listed in campaign log, and put the side scheme in play, and then add the encounter card listed. So I've decided that I am going to take Established Safe House. Established Safe House is a wonderful little boon if you can get that out early in this scenario. And 4 threat should be nothing too difficult on it. Not for a Justice character. So that does mean, though, that... Which one is a Gear Up? Nope, not Gear Up. Established Safe House. I have to shuffle Vanisher into the deck. Here's Vanisher. Alright, so we will see what we got here. So this one is we're trying to save the Morlocks or protect them from the Marauders that are coming to kill them all. And we have to defeat, I believe, 3 villains to do it. So let's see, for the regular game setup, so we've got Arclight, Bulldozer, Blockbuster, Chimera, Grey Crow, Harpoon, Riptide, and Vertigo. I'm going to do a little bit of shuffling here and try not to look. Rather than put them in a deck, I'm just going to pull one out and then I'll shuffle when I defeat one and do the second one in. I assure you I'm not looking. And let's just take whoever's on the bottom. So we've got Arclight. 10 hit points, 1 scheme, 1 attack, and has a forced response. When Arclight attacks you or an ally you control, either confuse a character you control or Arclight gets +2. All right, and Knock Knock comes in with 1, and then we place a knock counter on here, and when there are 3, you have to advance to the next stage. So let's see how I get along here. So I got a Psionic Training, Flurry of Blades, Mental Detection, Telepathic Suggestion, Multitasking, and Angel. All right, let's see here. So multitasking, I could just, with my basic thwart and multitasking, I can just take out Safe House and clear out Knock Knock, so that would be good. And then if I do Angel, yeah, sure. I'm not even gonna mulligan. My plan is just gonna be to get Angel out after multitasking. So we're gonna flip ourselves up because I have both on Psy Knives. I am a +2 to my thwarting. So I'm thwarting for a 3 at the moment. I am going to exhaust one of my Psy Knives to generate a mental resource for multitasking. And then I'm going to flip that Psy Knife over, which means I'm a 2/2/2. And I'm going to do multitasking. So I take 2 off of this one and 2 off a different scheme, which is over here. Then I am going to thwart regular for 2. And Established Safe House says, when defeated, flip the card and put the Safe House Established into play. Safe house established says enters play with 1 safe house counter on it. And then action, remove 1 safe house counter from here. The first player puts safe house support into play. All right, I'm not going to do it right this moment because the safe house does need you to be an alter ego. So, not really going to be doing that one. Let's see here. I think maybe instead of Angel then, do I bring out Flurry of Blades so I can confuse her? I think that might not be a bad idea. So then what I'll do is I will spend 1 from Psyknife, Mental Detection, and Angel to play Flurry of Blades. So deal 2 damage to the enemy. 1, 2. For each Psyknife you control, choose an enemy and confuse it. I have 1 Psyknife, so Arclight is confused. And now, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. For each Katana you control, I have 1, so I do another 2. You know, I'm going to pitch Psionic Training, and I am going to hold on to Telepathic Suggestion, though. Just in case we get a bad card, and we only get 4 cards. So Weapons Training, Quake, Mental Detection, and Telepathic Suggestion. All right, so we get 1 threat on the main, and then we get a knock counter. Arclight comes to attack. I either have to confuse myself or give her a +2. You know what? I'm going to just give her the +2. And I'm not even going to defend. So she's attacking for 1, 2, 3. Just 3. And now we get an encounter card, which is Maraudin Ain't Easy. Okay. Nah, I'll just keep it out. That's fine. So, win reveal, place 1 per player additional threat here for each villain under routed, which there are none. So it's just coming out with 3. And an amplify. All right, so let's use Psyknife and Psykatana to pay for a weapons training. So I gain Retaliate 1. And then after I attack, I can discard weapons training to ready each weapon upgrade I control. Let's see here. Sure, let's do Quake and Telepathic Suggestion for Mental Detection. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. I will do it here. And then for each Psyknife you control, which I've got 1, remove 2 additional threat. So that clears this out. And then for each Psykatana you control, draw a card. It is Heroic Intuition. I will do a basic attack with Psylocke. Do 2 damage. 1, 2. You know what? Sure. After Psylocke attacks, discard weapons training and ready each weapon upgrade I control. So I'm going to ready both of these. And then I am going to choose to spend them to put Heroic Intuition out. To give myself a +1 thwart. And now I'm going to flip down. Oh, I no longer have Retaliate. I'm going to flip down and I'm going to use the action to get a safe house, to get the safe house out. And I am immediately going to use it to heal 2 damage. Just going to move that out of there. Don't need that anymore. And then we'll ready ourselves up. And draw 6 cards. Moira McTaggart, Upside the Head, Superpower Training, Skilled Investigator, psionic redirect, and a build support. All right, lots of good stuff there. So we're getting 1 on the main, and we get our second knock counter. So we got to be prepared for what's coming next. Arclight would scheme, but is confused, and now we get an encounter card, which is Seek the Weak. When revealed, this card gains Surge. Back in action. When revealed, give the villain a tough status card, and then place threat on the main scheme equal to the number of villains underrouted, so none. All right, so just tough. Which really doesn't matter since I've got my katana out, which gives me piercing. Put that on there. All right, my turn. I am going to exhaust a safe house to draw a card. Ooh, into an energy. Very nice. All right, we are going to flip ourselves up. Let's play a skilled investigator. Oh, actually, before I do that, I'm sorry. I'll still have played the skilled investigator. That's fine. I don't care about that. I am going to spend an energy to get Moira McTaggart out. Since I am a mutant, now I'm going to flip up, and then I'm going to use Moira McTaggart to draw a card into multitasking. Very nice. We're going to use a Psy Katana to put down a superpower training. Or do I want superpower training, or do I want the build support? Decisions. I'm going to do superpower training. Let's do superpower training. And I am currently rocking a thwart of 3, so I'm just going to clear it. Skilled Investigator allows me to draw a card into a strength. And now I will do my superpower training to go find an identity-specific upgrade. So I think I'm going to put weapons training back into play, which gives me Retaliate 1 again. All right, the downside is I don't have a lot to do right now. I don't have any attack events in my hand, and I am exhausted, so can't really put build support out now because I think I can only do one of those a turn. Upside the head doesn't do me any good. Multitasking doesn't do me any good. So I'm actually gonna end my turn. That seems sad, but all right. I'm gonna get rid of multitasking, and I'll get rid of upside the head. You know, we're gonna get rid of build support too. I think the only other support I have in there is, no, we'll keep build support just in case. And then we'll draw 1 card to go up to 4. Oh, specialized training. Even better. Ready everything up. All right, so we are getting a 3rd threat here, which gives us a 3rd knock counter. And then when there are 3 knock counters here, advance to stage 2. All right, stage 2A. When revealed, each player puts 1 set-aside Morlock ally into play. 2 set-aside Morlock allies if this is a single-player game. Right, so 2. Shuffle the hide treachery into the encounter deck. If the previous stage was advanced by knock counters, give each Morlock ally a tough status card. So tough and tough. All right, and comes in with 0, threshold of 8, and it says action, exhaust a Morlock ally to shuffle hide from the encountered discard pile into the encountered deck. Okay. And these Morlock allies do have a forced interrupt that when an enemy attacks you, it attacks a Morlock you control instead. Which is a shame. Alright, so my turn. So we already had a threat, so it's coming to attack a Morlock. You know what? I'm just going to let her attack. And I'll give her the +2 since both the Morlocks have a tough status card. I don't care. So 3, 4, 5. This Morlock loses. It's tough. All right, now we get an encounter card, which is Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support I control. I guess we'll pitch weapons training. Now it is my turn. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use build support to spend for specialized training. Comes in with 5. I'm not going to be able to clear that in one turn unless I want to start using my my allies. How do I want to do it? The problem is I don't need a resource, so I can't, unfortunately, I can't flip. Well, I suppose when I do my basic, I could do it. Yeah. Sure, you know what? This Morlock over here is going to exhaust and take a damage to take 1 threat off of specialized training. Then I am going to thwart, and in doing so, I am going to flip this over to the Psy-Knife side, which gives me another +1 thwart. So I'm actually a 4 thwart right now. Because 1 basic, 2, 3, 4. So that just clears this out. When defeated, go get a specialization. I think I am going to be a combat specialist, I think. So this gives me +1 attack, and then after I perform a basic attack, I get to exhaust this card to draw a card. All right. Do I want to flip down? Nah, let's not flip down. All right, we're just going to ready ourselves up. We're going to hold on to Strength and Psionic Redirect. Draw 2 more into a Flurry of Blades and a Mental Detection. So, villain phase, we get 1 on the main. She is coming to attack. I will defend, and I'm going to give her the +2 damage. So she is attacking for 3, 4, 5. I defend for 2, so I would take 3 damage. I'm going to spend Strength to play Psionic Redirect. When you would take any amount of damage from an enemy attack, prevent 2 of that damage. For each Psy-Knife you control, or Psy-Katana you control, prevent 2 additional damage. For each Psy-Knife you control, confuse the enemy. So I get to confuse her, and I prevent 2 of the 3 coming through, so I still take 1. Right, and now we get an encounter card, which is Seek the Weak. The villain attacks you. If there's at least 1 villain underrouted, it gains overkill. All right, well, you're going to attack the other Morlock that's got tough. So 1, I'll give you the +2. 3, 4, 5, the other tough goes away. Okay, my turn. I think I forgot to draw a card with Skilled Investigator when I cleared that last side scheme. Oh well. Psy Knife, and I will flip one of these to Psy Katana side. And then Mental Detection to pay for Flurry of Blades. Order and punctuation matter. So it says hero action attack, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Period. All right, so that just hits the tough. For each Psy Knife you control, 1, choose an enemy and confuse it. There's no other enemy to confuse. For each Psy Katana you control, choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. So I choose Arclight now that the tough has been taken care of. 2. And now we're going to flip ourselves down. And you know what? Let's use the safe house to heal 2. Get myself back up to full. Get myself all ready to go to town. And we're drawing up to 6. Psionic Redirect, Upside the Head, Telepathic Suggestion, Cipher, Training Regimen, and then a Clear the Area. Villain phase, we get 1 on the main, is confused, and now we get an encounter card, which is, Shadow of the Past. Alright, so our nemesis is a Chimera. 1 scheme, 1 attack, 5 hit points. Force to interrupt when Chimera activates against you. She gets +X scheme and +X attack for this activation. X is the number of mental resources cards you control. And now we get an interdimensional plunder. When revealed, place 1 threat here for each upgrade in play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's got 6 threat on it. All right, and these 3 cards end up getting shuffled in. Oh, well. Well, I'll live. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, my phase. First things first, let's use Safe House to draw a card into Float Like a Butterfly. Okay, that's nice. Fortunately, I don't have... don't have my attack events at the moment. So we are going to flip ourselves up, which we're going to use Moira to draw a card into Nick Fury. Ooh. I don't mind a Nick Fury. Let's use my katana, my knife. Let's do a upside the head and a training regimen to pull in Nick Fury, who I'm going to have him draw me 3 cards into a martial arts training, another clear the area, and another upside the head. Not what I was hoping for, but okay. So, how do I want to do this? I can clear... So I am currently a 3 attack. And then that Nick Fury will clear her out. So yeah, let's just do that. So Nick Fury is going to attack for 2 into Chimera. And then I am going to attack for 1, 2, 3, which defeats Chimera. And then after I performed a basic attack, exhaust this card and draw a card into Flurry of Blades. That's not shabby. The problem is, if I push Arclight this turn, the new villain will immediately attack, and I've got no way to defend, so I don't like that. So I think what we're going to do instead, I think we'll try to hold on to this. Let's try to clear some areas here. We're going to, we're going to have both these Morlocks go and take 2 off of here to get this to 4. I want to clear that out. And then I'm going to use a martial arts training to play a clear the area. And then I'll do upside the head for clear the area here. So that is a total of 4 threat, and one of those clear the areas will have removed the last threat. So I get to draw a card. And it draws me into Wiccan. Okay. Oh, that was a side scheme that I defeated, so my skilled investigator hits, and ooh, Scimitar. That's lots of goodness in my hand right now. Okay. All right, I got lots of things that I want to play. All right, I want to get Float Like a Butterfly out. Kind of want to hold on to Flurry of Blades. So then I have enough, if I ditch my hand, I got enough for Float Like a Butterfly. And then I can either get Wiccan, Cypher, or Scimitar out. Yeah, I got to do the Scimitar. I'm sorry. All right, so Wiccan and Cypher go for the Scimitar. And Telepathic Suggestion and Psionic Redirect go to Float Like a Butterfly. So Scimitar is after you play Psionic card, exhaust it, and deal 2 damage to an enemy. And Float Like a Butterfly says when you attack a confused enemy, increase the damage by 1. And I am going to hold on to Flurry of Blades. And then I'm going to ready up everything on my board, which is a lot. And I'm going to consolidate things down here a little bit. I like the mats and the art cards, but they don't slide nicely on the neoprene. All right. Okay, ready up. I'm drawing 3 cards. I'm keeping Flurry of Blades in my hand, and then I get a Cerebro, an Ironheart, and Professor X. Villain phase. We get 1 on the main. Up to 3. Coming to attack. Nick Fury's going to jump in the way, so I'm going to give her a +2. So 3, 4. Nick Fury going away. And now we get 1 encounter card, which is an advance. 1, 2. All right, so up to 5. So we're going to have to do something about that. Okay. All right, I think I got a plan here. All right. I'm going to use my katana and my knife to bring out Ironheart, which draws me a card into the X gene. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get Cerebro out with this plan, which, You got the Cerebro Professor X infinite combo with Psylocke, but I don't think I need it for this. So what I am going to do, I am going to attack for 3, which defeats Arclight. Okay. After the villain is defeated, put it under here. Discard each minion that shares a title with the top villain of the deck, if it was in play. Oh, no. Go get another villain, and then if the minion is in play, discard it. All right. Okay. And then the villain activates against each player in player order. So I will choose another one. Not looking. All right. So villain number 2 is going to be Harpoon. Comes in with 10 hit points as well. And the choices are Zero Scheme to attack, and his choice is either take 2 indirect damage or give Harpoon 1 additional face down boost card for this attack. All right, so he immediately activates. He is trying to attack a Morlock. Ironheart is immediately going to jump in front of this. All right, so that is 2, and I will give him the additional boost card. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ironheart served her purpose and is defeated. All right, I am now going to spend... Actually, does it make more sense to just... No, I want to clear that threat down just so another advance doesn't come up. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spend Cerebro, X Gene, and Flurry of Blades to get Professor X out, who is going to confuse the villain. And then he is going to thwart for 3. Oh, and I almost forgot. He is a psionic card, so I get to exhaust Scimitar and deal 2 damage to an enemy. Oh, I forgot to draw a card from Combat Specialist, but oh well. All right. So I think we're going to stay up this turn. 1, 2, 3. I deck out. And then the plan will be for next turn to flip down, since he is confused. Oh, hang on a second. Attacks a confused enemy, and Scimitar is an attack. So since he is confused, that did 3 damage. All right, and one more. Vivian, Sidearm, a Genius, and a Cipher. So we are getting 1 on the main. He is trying to attack a Morlock. Professor X jumps in the way. I will give him an additional boost. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Thanks, Charlie. And now we get 2 boost cards. First one is Titanium Exoskeleton. Attach the enemy with the fewest remaining hit points. Cannot take more than 2 damage from a single attack. Hero action, choose to either spend 3 resources of any type or remove a confused or stunned status card from attached enemy to discard this card. Well, that stinks. And then we get Harpoon. He just... Force response. Discard. Just whiffs because he can't come into play. Let me check the rulebook real quick to see. I don't think they get an extra activation from this. Let me check real quick. Multiple villains. No, so it just whiffs. Can't have 2 Harpoons out. All right, so I either spend 3 resources or I discard the Stunned or Confused. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So 1, 2, and a Sidearm is 3. Discarded. I'm going to use Genius to pay for his Cipher. Cipher is a 1/1/2, and it says after he attacks a confused enemy, draw one card. All right, I am going to attack, and during this, I am going to choose to flip over into my Psy Katana form. I need to get my +3s out here, so I'm attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, and because he is confused, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. Oh, I was going to have Cypher attack him, but if I do that, then I'm going to push him to the next stage, and I don't want to do that yet. So, all right, Cypher, congratulations. You're kind of a waste, but we'll have you thwart one off this. And then we're going to flip ourselves down. And then we'll save house to draw a card? Sure, what the hell. Draw a card into Flurry of Blades. Yeah. All right, so let's ready ourselves up. Oh, I did attack, so you know what? I'm going to cheat a little bit, and Combat Specialist also triggered, so I got a second Flurry of Blades. So I can either play Vivian, or I can just go to town next turn, potentially with 2 Flurry of Blades. I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to pitch Vivian, draw 4 more, Nick Fury, Mental Detection, Psionic Training, and X-Gene, and 2 Flurry of Blades. All right, so we are getting 1 on the main. He would go to Scheme, but he is confused. So we get 1 encounter card, and it is Grey Crow, Retaliate 1. Well, that is mildly obnoxious, but... All right, so we're going to exhaust Safe House to draw a card. Into Angel. Nothing else I really want to do down in this form, so we will flip ourselves up, and then Moira will then trigger to draw me a card into Training Regimen. So I am currently attacking for 4. My base 1, 2, 3, and 4 there. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to attack and kill Grey Crow. Because I take him out, I don't have to take the Retaliate, and I did a basic attack, so I get to draw a card into an energy. Beautiful. I'm going to spend energy in a Training Regimen to get Angel out, and after I play Angel from my hand, I get to ready my identity. Right. Angel is going to attack Harpoon for 2 damage. One, 2. There goes Harpoon. So let's get our last of the 3 out. Yeah. Try not to look. All right. We are getting a Vertigo. 9 hit points. A 2/0, and the choice with her is when she attacks you, either stun a character you control or she gets +2 attack. Whatever. She immediately attacks one of the Morlocks. Cypher's going to jump in the way. Go ahead. You know what? You stunned Cypher. You jumped out, you stunned him, and now you're going to kill him. So 0, 2. That's enough to take out Cypher. Okie dokie. All right. I don't have enough to do both my flurries. So I guess I should have played X-Gene first, but oh well. So we are going to do X-Gene, Psionic Training, and Mental Detection. Now, in Nick Fury, to play a Flurry of Blades, deal 2 damage to an enemy. 1, 2. For each Psy Knife you control, which is 0. Confuse an enemy for each Psy Katana you control, which is 2 of them. Deal 2 damage, so that's another 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And oh yeah, Scimitar it's a psionic card, so Scimitar triggers 1, 2. So that attack just did 8 damage, and I lied. I actually do have enough Katana, Mental Detection for another Flurry of Blades. So that's another 6 points of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I attack for 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So boom. There we go. Psylocke came down to see what was going on and kicked the butts of the Marauders. So Arclight, Harpoon, and Vertigo have been defeated. So victory says record the title of each villain under routed in the campaign log under Marauders defeated, Arclight, Harpoon, Vertigo. Record the number of Morlock allies still alive and in play under Morlock saved, 1, 2. And then if there's a campaign environment in play, mark it as earned. And there is. That's the safe house one that I moved out just to save space. So I will be able to start with the safe house next turn, and we'll see what we're going for the next one. We have to try to go save Hope Summers. So I will get that scenario out soon. If you made it this far, as always, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope you did like the playthrough. If you liked it, you want to see the rest of the campaign, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you like it, hit the like button. You see anything I did or anything better I could do, go ahead, hit the comment button, or you want to see something else on my channel, just let me know. Otherwise, thank you for watching and have a great evening.